Rail lines stitched iron seams across a land the maps pretended was empty. Bison shadows still lived in the grass even when the herds were gone. Plank towns rose from dust, all false hope and fresh nails.
I have ridden too far to believe in clean paper. The ground is full of stories that never made it to print, and some stories come back to find you.
Preachers spoke of progress from splintered pulpits, and politicians spoke of destiny over cheap whiskey. The undertaker said nothing at all, only measured boards and waited.
They talk like the land is listening, it only remembers. When the wind carries no bird call, I keep moving.
5 years since the war, and the land still bled in quiet ways. Widows wore black like a second skin, and boys learned to lift tools with what was left of their hands.
Survival is a debt, not a blessing. I paid in smoke and marching, and the bill kept coming. I thought peace would take the rest.
The hearth crackled, and the small room smelled of stew and smoke. His wife moved with practiced calm, one hand resting on her belly as if guarding the future.
You keep looking at the door like it owes you money. Sit, Elias. Eat.
I will sit when the night feels honest.
Nights never are, but we live in them anyway.
The eldest boy leaned by the door, 16 and grinning like the world could not touch him. He twirled a carved stick between his fingers, proud of the small strength in his arms.
Pa, when the rail comes through, you think it will carry us someplace fine?
Rails carry anyone with coin. They do not carry sense.
Then I will bring sense enough for all of us.
The younger boy toddled in a circle, two small hands clutched around a rag doll, smiling at nothing and everything. His laughter filled the corners that the wind could never reach.
Look at him, Elias. The world is new every time he blinks.
Hold that thought tight. Some nights try to steal it.
Then we will hold tighter.
Then one night the cold laid a hard glaze across the ground, and the world held its breath. No footprints cut the frost, no latch splintered, no neighbor heard a sound they could swear to.
Something is wrong. I can feel it in the air. Stay close, all of you.
The room was still, not the peaceful kind, but the kind that follows thunder. His wife lay by the hearth, one hand curved over the child that would never breathe, and his eldest was crumpled near the door as if he tried to stand between the world and the dark.
No, answer me, please.
The little one was alive, cheeks rosy, smiling in his sleep, and that mercy felt like a knife that refused to show its edge.
Why him? Why any of this?
Mercer gathered what he could without looking too long, because looking was a trap. The hearth had burned down to coals, and the smoke smelled like a promise broken.
I will find what did this. I will put a name to the shadow, and I will not stop until it stops.
3 years he rode across half-drawn territories that barely admitted to law. He tracked rumors instead of men, figures seen where they should not be, laughter that lingered in empty chapels, graves that looked disturbed from the inside.
Give me a trail, even if it is only whisper. I can follow whisper better than footprints. I can follow it all the way down.
The chapel stood alone, boards warped, door hanging open like a mouth that forgot how to sing. Wind moved through the rafters and not a single bird dared answer it.
This is where the stories go to rot.
Or where they learn to breathe again.
Show yourself.
A figure waited where candlelight should not reach, neat as a hymn and wrong as a bad dream. His smile looked kind until you listened to it.
You chase like a man who thinks the world is fair. I only have to walk, and you will follow. Tell me, Sergeant, what do you think you are owed?
Twice Mercer thought he had found the trail, and twice it ended in fresh dirt and quiet screams. The graves here sat crooked, earth piled like it had been shoved aside in a hurry.
You leave no mark, but you leave fear. Fear is a mark I can read. I'm still reading.
On the third winter, the mining town was already half abandoned, boards creaking in the wind like tired bones. Behind the gambling hall, the alley narrowed and the snow looked clean against the mud.
This is a bad place to die.
Bad for who?
For the one who thinks dying ends the chase.
A knife found him in the dark, quick and mean. and the world tipped sideways. He remembered the snow first, how it shone like a lie, then the cold climbing up his spine.
Not like this. I am not finished.
Nobody is finished when I say they are.
Light came, but not the gentle kind spoken of in sermons. It was a burning clarity that made every thought sharp. A presence stood over the snow, knowing him more completely than he knew himself.
Rise.
Who are you to give orders to a dead man?
Work yet unfinished.
Mercer woke in the same snow, breath tearing back into him like it had been stolen. The wound was closed to a pale seam, and the street lay silent as a graveyard. Somewhere far off, a bell rang once, with no hand to pull it.
This is not a second chance, is it?
Stand.
Then tell me what you want.
At the edge of the street stood a man in a worn coat, face set in the same hard knowledge Mercer felt settling into his bones. He looked like someone who had already been buried once and found no rest in it.
You see it too, don't you? The world isn't done with us. Second chances are weapons.
Then point me at the target.
Mercer rose on unsteady legs and felt the cold without feeling the fear. The faint glow behind the street made the air itself seem unwilling to touch it.
I have knelt enough in one lifetime. If you want obedience, find a softer man. What do you want from me?
The messenger shone faintly, like steel catching starlight, wings still as carved stone. The voice carried neither comfort nor command, only certainty.
Justice, war, if you listen to the silence behind the word, and the soul promise to you, if you will walk where living men cannot.
You speak of promises like you made them?
Mercer tasted the words and felt them settle like lead in his gut. The thing that came through his door had left no footprints and no mark but terror, and now it had a name only the dead could follow.
It wasn't a man. I knew that the moment the frost stayed unbroken. I will hunt it again. This time, I will not hunt alone.
The thing wore a gentleman's calm the way rot wears perfume, neat on the surface and wrong underneath. It turned a pocket watch chain between two fingers, smiling as if time belonged to it.
Your grief is an iron seam, Sergeant. Every mile you ride tightens it around your throat. Come find me where the wind forgets the birds.
Mercer spread a map and a handful of torn notes across a table, chasing lines that did not exist on paper. Rumors sat in the margins. Eyes like ash, laughter in empty chapels, graves disturbed from within.
We follow the whispers.
Whispers lead to more graves.
Then we will learn to read graves like road signs.
The returned soldier walked the railbed as if counting the ties like prayer beads. The iron seam stretched ahead into haze, stitched tight across the land.
I died once thinking it meant peace. Woke up with orders still in my mouth. If you want rest, earn it the hard way.
The messenger did not move like a man. Even standing still, it felt like a blade held upright. The air around it was quiet, as if sound itself was waiting permission.
Do not mistake this for mercy. You were raised for a purpose. Walk the frontier that ends below the horizon.
And if I refuse?
The youngest boy's smile was small and bright, like a match held against a long night. Mercer remembered lifting him, feeling the warm weight that proved some mercy still breathed in the world.
You lived. I still don't know if that was kindness or a hook.
It was love, Elias. Don't let the dark rename it.
The eldest boy smiled with that fearless shine only 16 can afford, hands busy with a piece of carved wood. Mercer saw him as he was before the night turned cruel, before the door became a line drawn in grief.
Pa, I can stand watch. You can sleep.
You should be dreaming, not watching shadows.
Then teach me how to beat them.
His wife folded a small cloth square with slow care, as if order could hold back chaos. Firelight warmed her face, and for a moment the world felt simple enough to trust.
Promise me you won't let grief make you cruel.
I don't know what I am anymore.
Then be the man who comes home in his heart, even if his body can't.
Mercer tightened the strap on his satchel and felt the old soldier habit return, neat and cold. The town around him slept like a graveyard, and the road ahead looked like a question with teeth.
All right, give me the path and I will walk it.
Walk steady, the dead don't get to stumble.
The messenger lifted a hand, and the darkness seemed to part in the direction of its gesture. Beyond the last buildings, the land rolled out into silence where the wind carried no bird call.
Follow the places the earth remembers, where a rider enters under a clean sky and is found days later with ash in his eyes.
And when I find it,
Then you collect what was promised.
The returned soldier paused at a break in the land where stone rose like ruined teeth. The air felt older here, as if the ground kept secrets under its tongue.
This is the kind of place maps leave blank on purpose.
blank doesn't mean empty.
No, it means hungry.
Mercer stepped forward and let the cold wrap him like a familiar coat. Behind him lay planked towns and measured coffins and words that never made the newspapers. Ahead lay a frontier that did not end at the horizon.
I died once. I won't waste the breath they forced back into me.
Come along, Sergeant.
I'm coming, and I'm bringing justice with me.